Hi. Okay. I was working on selective focus because I noticed in the last video it kept like focusing in and out. So I'm hoping that I'm using selective focus and I'm hoping it's going to work. Well, we'll give it a go. Here we go. Today we're going to do arithmetic and geometric series. So take out your math notebook, write that down, put your phone away, and let's just get it going. Okay, so here we go. Last time we talked about sequences. So we're going to start with arithmetic series. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference between a sequence and a series. A sequence looks like this. Well, let's see. Today is the 5th, so I'm going to go 5, 8, 11, 14, ... Notice that's an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 3. Okay? Now, the corresponding series is just where I take these numbers and instead of using commas, I put in pluses. So this is 5, this is the corresponding series. 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus ... and how many ever terms they want us to find the sum to. Okay? That's the only difference between the two. Now, what we're going to do is find the sum of arithmetic and geometric series. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to start with the arithmetic series. So it's going to look something like this. So number 1, find the sum of the first, let's say 20 terms of 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus ... Okay? Now, if I want to find the sum of the first 20 terms, I have a formula. I could write them all out and add them all up, but that would take a long time, and there's a good chance we would make a mistake along the way. So we have a formula for this. So the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic series is n times a sub 1 plus a sub n all divided by 2. So box that in. This is to find the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic series. There we go. So S sub n is just notation for the sum of the first, you know what, I'm going to write it like this. Sum of the first n terms. N is the number of terms. A sub 1, of course our subscript is 1, so a sub 1 is the first term. And you probably remember that when we did sequences and we were finding the nth term of a sequence. A sub n is the nth term. And that's it then. And then 2 is always a constant. Okay, so now if I apply this formula to this problem, we're looking for the sum of the first 20 terms. So n equals 20. So I'm going to write S sub 20. The sum of the first 20 terms is 20 times the first term, which is 5, plus the a sub n, the 20th term. Now we're not going to put in 20 because notice this is a sub n, not n. So we need to find the 20th term. So we're going to go back here and we're going to remember to find the 20th term, we're going to use the formula a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Remember that this is to find the nth term. To find the nth term of an arithmetic. Of an arithmetic sequence. So I need to find the nth term. So off to this side, I'm just going to find the 20th term. A sub 20 is the first term, which is 5, plus 20 minus 1 times the common difference. And remember, we talked about the common difference is 3 because you're always adding 3. So that's 5 plus 19 times 3. So that's 5 plus, and then 19 times 3. Of course, you can do that in your head, or you can figure out with your calculator. Let's turn this on. 19 times 3 is 57. Add 5 to that, and we get 62. That's what I'm going to put. That's what I'm going to put right here, because we just found the 20th term, the nth term. So I'm going to put 62 right here, and that's all divided by 2. Okay, so what do we have here? We have, a lot of times I just like to do the 20 divided by 2. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 20 divided by 2, I'm going to split it up this way. 20 divided by 2 times 62 plus 5. So 62 plus 5 is 67. 20 divided by 2 is 10 times 67. So that's 670. So that is the answer to number 1. The sum of the first 20 terms would add up to be 670. Okay, kind of nice. Let's try another one. Number 2. Find the sum of the first, let's say, 82 terms of, oh gosh, let's do this one. Let's do 18, 11, 4, ... Okay, I want you to hit pause, and I want you to try it using these formulas and this example that you've written in your notes. Okay, welcome back. Hope it went well. Let's see what you got. All right, so we have to find the sum of the first 82 terms. So that's going to be 82 times the first term, 18, plus the 82nd term. Now keep in mind, we want to find a sub 82. We don't want to put 82 in there. We want to find the last term. So off to the side, I'm going to find a sub 82 using this formula. Is the first term 18 plus n minus 1, so 82 minus 1, times our common difference. Now notice here, we're always subtracting 7. And you can always find that by taking 11 minus 18. 11 minus 18 is negative 7. So we're always subtracting 7. And you can verify that if you do 11 minus 7, you do get 4. So our common difference here is negative 7. So negative 7 goes right here in for D. So what do we have? 18 plus 81 times negative 7. So remember, I'm going to do this first. So I've got 81 times negative 7. Well, that's negative 567. Negative 567. And then I'm going to add 18 to that. And I get negative 549. Now that's the number I'm going to put right here. My 82nd term, the last term, would be negative 549. Now that's all divided by 2. Remember that formula. So again, I'm going to do 82 divided by 2, and then 18 plus negative 549. So let's add 18 to that. I get negative 531 when I add 18 plus negative 549. Now we know 82 divided by 2 is 41, and we're going to times that by negative 531. So times 531 negative, that's the way I have to do it on this calculator, and I get, wow, look at that, negative 21,771. That's a big number. Now that's going to happen because we're looking at a sum. If we were to keep writing these terms out, well, just for kicks, let's just look at it. We're looking at 18 plus, not comma, plus 11 plus 4 plus, let's see, 4 minus 7 would be negative 3 plus negative 10 plus negative 17 plus on and on and on until I get to my last term, well, my 82nd term. This is my first term. When I get to my 82nd term, it's going to be a negative 549. So we're adding up all of these terms and we're ending up with negative 21,771. Wow. Okay, so that takes care of the arithmetic series. So this page is arithmetic series. And the formula you're going to remember for that is this one along with this one. Okay, let's move to geometric series. Okay, geometric series. Now a geometric series is going to look like this. Oh, it's going to be something like number 1, 5 plus 15 plus 45 plus dot 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 dot. Okay, because I'm changing the commas to pluses, and this is geometric. Notice that this is geometric with a common ratio of 3. Remember, you can always find that by doing 15 divided by 5. If I do 15 divided by 5, I get 3. So I have a common ratio of 3. I'm always multiplying by 3 to get the next term. Okay, now let's find the sum of the first, let's say 12 terms of that. Okay, now just like with arithmetic, we're going to have a formula for the geometric series. The formula to find the sum of the first n terms for geometric is a sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n all over 1 minus r. So this is the sum of the first n terms of a geo series. All right, let's use that formula here. So I'm looking at the sum of the first 12 terms is the first term 5 times 1 minus r, which is 3, to the n. Now in this case, n is 12. Now 12 is on the inside of parentheses. Make sure you do that correctly. And that's all over 1 minus r. r is 3, so 1 minus 3. Okay, now here's what's going to happen. We have 5 times, 1 minus 3 to the 12th. Now that's probably going to be a pretty big number. 1 minus 3 to the 12th. You know what? I'm going to clear this up. 1 minus parentheses. Oh, I didn't like that either. 1 minus parentheses 3 to the 12th, close parentheses, equals, negative 531,440 is my readout. All divided by 1 minus 3. Now 1 minus 3, we know that's negative 2. I would encourage you to do that in your head. Okay, now let's multiply 5 times that number. So times 5, and I get, wow, negative 265,7200. Yeah, negative 265,7200, all divided by negative 2. So I'm going to divide that by negative 2, and I get 1328600. Let's throw in some commas so we can read this number. So that's 1,328,600. So that's the sum of the first 12 terms of that series. And again, the numbers are going to be huge because this again is exponential growth with a ratio of 3. So we're going to get some really big numbers. Okay, notice in this one, you didn't need to find the nth term. You didn't need to find the 12th term. All you needed was, let's jot this down, S sub n is the sum of the first n terms. A sub 1 is the first term. R, remember, is the common ratio. And n is the number of terms. It wasn't like arithmetic. In that formula, you needed to find the nth term. In the geometric, you don't. All you need is the first term, the ratio, and the number of terms. Okay, now let's do another one. Number 2. Let's do 3 plus, well, you know what, I'm going to do this. 3 plus 4.5 plus 6.75 plus ... Okay, now you're looking at this and you'll figure out it's not arithmetic, so it's geometric. Now to find the common ratio, I'm going to take 4.5 divided by 3. You can always take the second term divided by the first to get the common ratio. When I do that, 4.5 divided by 3, I get 1.5. So I have a common ratio of 1.5. I want you to find the sum of the first 8 terms of that geometric series. Okay, hit pause, give it a shot, and then come back. Well, hello. How did you do? Let's find out. So the sum of the first 8 terms is my first term, which is 3, times 1 minus 1.5 to the 8th, all over 1 minus 1.5. Okay, now make sure that you do this correctly. If you do 1 minus 1.5 to the 8th and you don't use parentheses, your calculator might give you the wrong readout. So what I always do is 1 minus 1.5 to the 8th, and then I hit enter. Okay, that tells me that my calculator will do it correctly. So let's try this. Clear? 1 minus parentheses 1.5 to the 8th, close parentheses, equals, okay, I'm getting a really big number. Now I'm going to go ahead and times that by 3. And I get that, negative 73.8867, etc. Now I'm going to go ahead and divide that by, so I'm going to divide, and then again use parentheses, 1 minus 1.5, close parentheses, and I get 147.773. Now I believe they're going to have you round to the nearest thousandth, so that is going to be our answer. Okay, so this is the, keep in mind, this is the tenths, this is the hundredths, and this is the thousandths. Again, all with the TH. The thousandth is going to be this place. Now we didn't have to round it up because the decimal after that, this was 147.7734. So the digit after that, 3, was less than 5, so I don't round up. So I'm just going to keep it at 147.773. Okay, I believe that is it, and I think using those 2 formulas, you should be able to do the homework problems on Delta Math. And Again, keep in mind we have the arithmetic series, and that is this formula with this formula, okay? And then again, the geometric series is this formula, and that's it. You don't need the nth term. The only other thing I might suggest, sometimes they give us fractions. So for number 3, suppose I have, I don't know, let's say 8 plus 8/3 plus 8/9 plus ... And we have to find the sum of the first whatever, okay? Here, remember, to find the ratio, I'm going to take the second term divided by the first. So what I want to do on my calculator is do 8/3, and then your calculators, if you hit the divide by key, divide by 8. Now when you get that, I'm going to show you something. When you do, I'm going to clear that out. When you do parentheses, always put that numerator, put that first term in parentheses. 8 divided by 3, close parentheses, divided by 8, you get that, 0.33333. Well, you don't want to use 0.33333 because your answer is going to be wrong. Okay, what you want to do is you want to hit the math key. So I hit math. Notice number 1 gives me the choice to put my answer as a fraction. Hit that. And then on your readout, you get answer, fraction. That's what I want. So hit enter. Hit enter, and it gives us 1/3. That's what we're going to want to use for R. Our ratio for this is 1/3. And if you look back here, it makes sense. 8 times 1/3 is 1/3, times the 8/3, times that by 1/3, and you get 8/9, etc. So you have a ratio of 1/3. So definitely use that when you find the sum. You know what? In fact, I'm going to keep doing this problem because there's going to be some interesting points that are going to come up. By that I mean points as in things I want to point out to you. So if I want to find the sum of the first, let's say, 5 terms. Sum of the first 5 terms. It's going to be my first term, 8, times 1 minus r. R is 1/3 to the 5th, because remember we're finding the sum of the first 5 terms, all over 1 minus 1/3. Okay, now here's what I'm going to put into my calculator to do this problem. Let me clear this out. I'm going to put in, first I'm going to work with this part in parentheses. So 1 minus parentheses, 1 divided by 3, close parentheses, to the 5th. Ooh, I did that wrong. Delete that. Yeah, there it is, to the 5th. Okay, I get that. Now I'm going to keep all that in there, because that's what that is. I'm going to times it by 8. And I get that. I'm going to keep all that in there. Then I'm going to divide by parentheses 1 minus parentheses 1 divided by 3, close parentheses. So I've got my entire numerator divided by my denominator. And be sure and use parentheses or it will do it wrong. Now hit enter and I get 11.9506. Now if I want to round to the nearest thousandth, I'm going to round up to the 1. So it's going to be 11.951. That will be my final answer for the sum of the first 5 terms of that. Okay, I think that's covered everything. And if you come across a Delta Math problem that you don't understand, please feel free to email me. And I think that's it. So hey, have a wonderful day. Miss you guys, but this is working out okay. And I will just see you next time. Bye-bye.